Hello everybody, it's Z back with another trailer reaction. The numbers don't lie. You guys like trailers, I like trailers, and I like giving you guys what you want. So, over the next couple videos, I'm going to be focusing in on Total War content and reacting to some upcoming developments in Total War, most notably Total War 3 Kingdoms. So without further ado, let's get on this announcement trailer and then dissect it.
The Empire, long divided, must unite. A great dynasty burns, and tyrants rule over the ashes. As the light dims, shadows grow ever darker. Ambition corrupts the future, and harmony shatters in the flames of turmoil. Yet from the cinders, the powerful and righteous emerge. The Empire, long united, must divide, and destiny be shaped by its champions.
Look at that! Okay, so I'm not going to show the release date because they pushed it back to spring, which I am extremely unhappy about because I want this game. After Thrones of Britannia, which I ended up not buying because of the reviews it was getting from other YouTubers about just how little replayability it had, I have been on a seriously lengthy dry spell of Total War historical games, which is so depressing because Medieval Total War 2 was the first computer game I ever played, and I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And it's the game that got me started ultimately on the personally driven academic path to where I am now, majoring in counterinsurgency operations and irregular warfare. That game got me to where I am now. So let's break this trailer down a bit, starting with the music. That song, and I don't actually know it, and I don't speak Chinese. I haven't taken a course in Chinese since high school, which was a long bloody time ago. That song translates generally to a woman singing about her son, husband, brother, lover. I think it varies who's gone away to war, but it's also from the soldier's perspective about how much he wants to go home and he doesn't want to be fighting. And it really kind of fits the very turbulent time period we're looking at. So this game is based on the Three Kingdoms epic, which is a pseudo-historical novel written by a Chinese scholar depicting a period in time in Chinese history after the death of the emperor, when the kingdom at the time splintered into three factions, Um, I'm blanking on the names of two of the leaders. Sun Jian, I think was one of them. I'll remember. I think he's in a later video. And the most powerful of these three factions was headed by the warlord Cao Cao, who was a brilliant strategist, completely ruthless, and had the child emperor, who I want to say was a little kid, probably not much older than 13, firmly in his pocket, willing to give this man anything and everything he wanted. And he had this reign of terror that eventually ended when he chased Sun Jian and the rest of Sun's court into the southernmost kingdom, culminating in the Battle of Red Cliffs, which I personally don't know much of the historical details about, but was immortalized in a really good and very dramatic 2 DVD movie. It's like a 4-hour movie called The Battle of Red Cliffs. I don't know where you guys can find it, but I would definitely advise looking for it because that's an amazing movie. But let's talk about some of the characters we've seen in this trailer. Well, really the only one whose name I remember for certain. That is Lu Bu, and Lu Bu is one of the great heroes of the Three Kingdoms. A great warrior, a brilliant scholar, famed for his flowing beard, his Chinese halberd, which is this weapon. It's basically a saber on a 6 to 7 foot staff. He was as kind and as gentle as a warrior scholar could be, and widely respected by everyone, including Cao Cao, who continuously was attempting to recruit him. There was one occurrence in that final battle where, according to the dramatic version, he was staying behind to protect the retreat of his allies and was nearly captured, but because Cao Cao respected him so much, he ordered his men not to kill him, and Lu Bu fought his way to the standard bearer, killed the standard bearer, took the standard from Cao Cao's men, and rode away with it. And Cao Cao let him go. That is how epic he was. And the man next to him, the guy with the silly looking top knot, I don't remember his name. He is also very famous. But the only thing I can remember about the lore around him is that he was known for having a tremendous bellowing voice. And his very first appearance in the Battle of Red Cliffs, he's doing calligraphy with Lu Bu, and Sun Jian comes in and says his name, and he just turns around and he just, I think it's his normal voice. He just starts yelling at everyone. And he's saying things like good morning. He's being very friendly, very polite, but oh my god. I had to turn the volume down on the TV because I nearly fell out of my chair. But let's see, what do we see in here? This last bit is very exciting. So we see heroes as single unit entities, and we see this. We see a duel. So when I get into the longer videos that CA has shown us that are more gameplay reveals, I'll talk about these mechanics more, but we have two versions of Total War that we're going to get to play with here. One is the classical version, which is based on the novel, where our generals and our heroes are single unit entities that fight alongside the armies, and they can get into duels. Like we saw here, again, I will talk about it further in. Just know that they are using actual martial arts for these duels, and as someone who's studied martial arts for the past 15 years, I am extremely excited, even if I hate movie martial arts from a practical standpoint. And then we get a historical version, which is focused more on the strategy, and let the generals will be more what we're used to, marching onto the field at the front of bodyguard units. But there's just going to be something so fun about playing the classical version and watching famous heroes carving their way across the battlefield like titans of lore. I can't even begin to tell you how excited I am to play this game and in the short term to just do reactions to what we have been shown. With that in mind, I'm going to go watch another trailer and see what we can see. Have fun, everybody.